Hello. Hi, Blue Fleet. Ow. How are we doing? I've been yoted immediately as soon as I've gone live. Thanks, Sarah. I should have seen that one coming, to be fair. How are we doing, by the way? Welcome. Welcome back to... excuse me. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection 2. Yes. This might be the finale. I don't know. I'm going to see how we go for time and how far into this one we get. I think we left it like halfway through. Yeah, I remember we're just about to interrogate Bodhidharma Canis, aren't we? Hey, Hades, welcome. How you doing? Welcome in. So let's jump on in, shall we? Load. Oh, shoot me. I haven't had anywhere near enough caffeine today. I've got some iced tea on my desk. Let me have a quick swig of this, alright? Ah, there we go. That's better. So it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's jump in. Yeah, this is the bit. Look at his, like, weird head. Like, he looks kind of like an alien, doesn't he? Like, has he got an inside mouth? Has his tongue got, like, a little mouth on it? He's like, stop. I'm gonna eat you with my inside mouth. Is that, like, what he's actually gonna do? That's a terrifying thought. As you have surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant that I, too, became an inconvenience in need of removal. He's an alien? A legal alien? He's a B-055 in prison? The imposter president, Winner, LaGuard. All three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. Young pup? So it was the president's body double who hired you? I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? When I'm out there being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course. Even if he did look and sound exactly like him. You know who this reminds you of? Go on. I'm listening. Knight in the first case. It does a bit, doesn't it, actually? Yeah. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president. Does it, boy? No. So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. I don't remember what his voice was. Like some sort of gruff Yankee, wasn't it? Roke's not around. That means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You! Of course I do! I'm the leader now. Me! Seems the king and his knight were much the same. The president's double knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Amelie. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals. Locals such as Chairman Winner. Once Miss Fenn had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. The meeting she arranged so the president could meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed. And with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete. One LaGuard. Now, quid pro quo. Where might I find the pup?
What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same?
He set a little fire that night out there in the yard of the orphanage.
Oh, excuse me. I have not had anywhere close to enough caffeine today. Man, let me just chug something a minute, alright? Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of prank, right?
It was just a glucose tablet.
A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and LeGuard carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what had really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favourite red raincoat.
Plotting to assassinate a master assassin is crazy. I mean, not the first time I've seen it. Not the first time I've seen it. Do you remember Astrid's cooked ass in Skyrim? Do you remember, like, when Astrid turned into, like, just burnt meat? That was a whole thing, wasn't it? Just take your gains and leave. You know what? Fair.
In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And being a very considerate boy, thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. No way! So that's what the fire was for.
How did an orphan manage to get their hands on kerosene? Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Right, Arrow? Birds fly in kerosene, bees sell it to orphans. And that's how an orphan got kerosene, alright? The birds flew it in, the bees sold it to him. It's a supply and demand kind of market, you know?
It must have been ever so beautiful. Winner and LeGuard were positively enchanted. And while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance.
You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this?
I do indeed. Don't I, Helmut? Yes, yes I do.
Okay. Okay.
Hold it!
You were pretty forthcoming with that particular admission. Helmut!
If I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm tired of all the killing. Back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach. I have made my peace with that, and I am happy to admit it, aren't I, boy? Yes, yes I am.
I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't know the sound of it. Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. And not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee, not something to be trifled with. But we can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well, you killed the president, and you're happy to admit it.
Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed.
Hold it!
Okay. You, a target, but you're an assassin. Sometimes the hunted must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Now is the time for chocolate spread. Oh my goodness. What in the Fate Stay Night is this? My God. The earth is my mother, the moon is my brother, Saturn is my uncle. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impermanence is inherent to the way of the assassin. Life takers' lives are taken, so it goes. Wait, does that mean the people you're sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back, or...? It happens occasionally, but it is not what happened this time. Okay.
Hold it!
But Mr. Carnus, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been little more than a minor inconvenience. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without helmets here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Against 3 assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. I see, so even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. We're not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. Okay. Who is the young pup? Again, so the two of you had met before? Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back, at which point it was not yet Christmas. That long ago. But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life. You love how cryptically helpful and threatening he's being? He really is, isn't he? It was snowing. More than it had in years. Cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but I managed to open one. Do I remember? The 24th night of December, when Santa was twerking his member. And inside I found 2 young boys shivering and semi-conscious. 2? Yes, and had I found them even an hour later, the poor wretches would never have made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage. Is it me, or is there something significant about what he just told us? Yeah, there is. What is it about Canis' statements especially noteworthy? The number of people. You're certain there were 2 children in that car? It was a long time ago, but I remember it as clearly as if it were yesterday. There were 2 of them, no doubt about it. Why do you ask, Mr. Prosecutor? Is there some significance in the number? He's right. Perhaps there isn't anything particularly important about that just now. Well, will that be all on the matter? The date? Hold on. Where's the autopsy report gone? Not the autopsy, sorry, the, this one, here we are. The dates? This was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes! We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Okay, so there is something in the evidence, huh? Oh, here we are. Wait. Wait. So, are these the sons? Oh! From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts were known. So they've been kidnapped after this. What the fuck, man?
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way! An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. The son of the victim, R.C. Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Yeah, no, you mentioned the little guys did go AWOL, huh?
Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense.
It would.
One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see.
That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Come back after eating, no worries. I'm just going to swig a bit of drink, because my voice is getting shredded by Bodhidharma Canis. Yum. Because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning.
So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys was able to remember any such details.
They weren't.
No, when we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names.
Wow, so they wouldn't have known that they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Canis, would you mind telling us what happened next?
By all means.
Okay.
The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison.
Oh! What? What? Hang on. Hang on. So the pup is Knight. So the other kid was Simeon? What? Okay.
But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things.
People from 12 years ago? You mean LaGuard, Winner, and the President, I assume? Well, one LaGuard was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time, right?
I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then, she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course.
Because you murdered President Wang, but they needed the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the President as a fake, it would have been bad for LaGuard and Chairman Winner, too. Exactly. And not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage in the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Hang on. Oh, it was a setup!
Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for somebody. I know you are President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. But please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I'm employed to kill, which in this case means you.
No. Wait, this is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer.
I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character.
Hey Zach, how you doing? Welcome in. All good here, how about you?
I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said, and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it. I've even prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst. And the son in question, it was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct?
Horns? Can see them?
I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize.
So the president meant to tell the world about Sean, and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough to have Candace's word on the matter. He spawned a Minotaur, yeah, he just like literally shat out a half-cow baby. Just afterbirthed it the fuck out of there. It was very gross. Of course.
We have something that proves what he's telling us the president said is true. The will. The will everybody knew about. He entrusted to my family to show his belief in us after all. Naming the recording, the preparations he's made in his will. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Laguard to do anything I asked.
With the information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time, and Sean's true identity with it.
President Wang was more agile than I'd anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. By the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, my next strike had hit its mark.
So it was Candace who tore the horn off the Taurosaurus doll.
I was the only one present to hear his final words. The only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup.
Okay. I think I know who the pup is.
Hold it!
So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison?
I was via a post office box.
What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address.
I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under rather strict supervision, you see.
By Warden Laguard, no doubt. What were the two of you even communicating about?
We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots in life.
Correspondence chess, but didn't you used to play that with... As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Candace's chess opponent was... Guess we can trust you can always call his shots beforehand. Do we trust him? I don't know.
Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight.
We found the diagram of the game in his cell, too.
So does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business?
Wait, could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the I-7 incident? Do we? Do we have the IS-7 case file? Yes. The ring, isn't it? Knight's possessions. Because the ring is the frost ring.
Take that!
This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. Which one should we look at more closely? The ring. The ring? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it if you would. That design! That's Paul Olig's trademark mark! Indeed, it looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work with into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the I-7 incident? They tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case wound down. But if I remember rightly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. I heard on the grapevine they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal it would seem, which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. So he is Artie Frost's kid. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? The cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we were looking for somebody connected to the I-7 who played correspondence chess, right? Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Far out, so our only candidate for genius mastermind is the guy who already kicked the bucket? That's impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? It is a little perplexing, but then who else could it be?
Hold it!
He stopped responding. That seems strange.
I'm glad you agree. Helmut did too, of course.
That big scary man really said that. What, like, woof, woof, let's bark him mad.
He doesn't need to talk in order for me to hear him, my dear.
He doesn't. Oh. Well, then let me ask you something. That look he's giving me, the super intense kind of scary glare, he's not trying to say he's hungry, is he?
He might be.
Yeah, he might be. Mr. Edgeworth, help! Kate really isn't fond of Candace's pets, it seems.
Yes, there's a good boy.
Excuse me.
Now, where was I? Ah, of course, I suddenly stopped hearing from the pup.
Hold it!
It does all seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made in the life of the man who was pretending to be President Wang all these years. Warden LaGuardia murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison she ran. And Excelsior's winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. And the more I think back, the more I see at the time that some mysterious other presence was lurking around all those incidents.
Even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on.
Hold it!
You thought you'd temporarily regain your freedom. Could you be any more brazen? Yeah, even a thief is struggling to get away with something like I thought I'd temporarily steal it.
Fear not, nobody was injured in the course of my escape.
It wasn't necessary after all.
I have my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
Leave it? No way, pal. You escaped. I'll arrest you right now.
There'll be no need for that, detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my cell.
Are you serious? Prison isn't supposed to be some place you can stroll in and out of when you please.
Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled in to try and dig into my past only recently? You.
Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. I need to be able to question Mr. Candace further. Could you both try to remain calm for now? Sure thing, sir. I knew you were going to say that. Fine, but I'm not taking my eye off Dog Man. Not even for a second, you hear? Excuse me a minute, guys. I need to stretch out. Hold on. Oh, what's going on with my eyes? Hang on. Is this too bright, or is it just me? Give me a second, alright? Oh, one of my lights was way too bright. Right, let me just stretch out as well, alright? Ooh. Okay, there we go. I did so used to enjoy tapping out my little letters in Braille. Hold on. This isn't in Braille. This isn't in Braille. That ain't Braille. You said that you wrote all of your letters in Braille, is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you? That's odd, because the chess diagram we found in the Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really? But surely that's impossible. How so exactly? Maybe someone missed to type Mr. Canis' letters out on purpose. Meaning there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. So then... Mr. Canis says he wrote his letters in Braille, and yet... the letters received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. This suggests that there must be a third party who typed Mr. Canis' letters out. Guess I could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and sent them back in... Wrong voice. Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. They could indeed. Okay. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. Mr. Canis, the answers you received... They were written in Braille too, yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronx's missives. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. Wait, you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Carmelo Gusto's son? But who is he, and where is he? If Knight was Frost's son, Gusto's son would have to be... I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. Just like me. Him? But... surely not. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're white as a sheet. And he also made false teeth. But frontier psychiatrist. Frontier psychiatrist. Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? Who? You have to tell us. I can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is Dick Gumshoe. Saint Simeon is the patron saint of puppeteers. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. It's him.
Take that!
It has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced Chairman Winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Who drugged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. It was the monster. What? Did you Really? Just say what I thought you did. Yes, the monster. There was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be the only red genius on stage for this one. That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Miss Lloyd, could I ask a favour? Oh, little old me? What kind of favour? You told us you recorded the sound of Torosaurus breathing fire. Okay. We've heard this dialogue before, so we can skip it. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? Okay. You surely can. Let's see now. That's it. That sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, it's all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the store, did you not? Yep, stamp me a picture of it too. Even if you can't rightly see it so well. We can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe. Sorry, my brain is popping, like, really badly. I don't know what's going on. Oh, wow. That's weird. Like, it's like my focus just, like, pops out of existence for half a second. Oh, give me a moment. Ah. Okay. Yes, sir. Your image analyzer, can we borrow it again? I'm cool enough? Maybe. Let me just put my fans on a bit stronger. Oh, one of my fans was only on like level 1. Holy shit, I'm stupid. Thank you for pointing that out. It's like one of my fans was only on level 1, so no, I probably have overheated a little bit. Oh my god, what am I like? Sure, but what do you want to look at, sir? This photograph right here. Gotcha, I'm on it. The clue we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it. The eye? The bulge? Is it this? Thus! See? I done told y'all! Torosaurus is old dang self. Huh. Yes. There it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Monster? Was that not the sound effect of a Baron of Hell dying? You're finally ready to admit it? That he's dang well real? The big bad bull itself?
Objection!
No, because that isn't Torosaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this if you would. The Berry Big Circus flyer? Oh, wait, look. You see it, the enormous lion balloon. That's the real monster. And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire? Oh, come on, you're really gonna bring me crashing down to Earth like that? That's our balloons, flyer. They burn gas to make us air. They do, and our culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. So this culprit, they got sent to the circus. Circus worker, friend of the Bronxter, Son Augusto. Whoa, 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 you're not serious. You forgot to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe. This motherfucker. I said last week that I suspected him, didn't I? But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. That's right, Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. I again figured out a plot point. Now I just have to do it on the Sausage of Justice. And the cycle is complete, right?
Simeon, but really? I don't believe you. We trusted him. He trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies. That would be too horrible.
I'm sorry, Kay. We've been playing chess, but you can't play chess on your own. Actually, you can. It's just incredibly sad. Because you have to be both players. And you can't, like, try and win against yourself, really. Like, you probably could, but... You think I'll struggle on the last plot point in Sausage of Justice? Okay, I'm going to try and predict it right now on this very spot, okay? So the last plot point in the Sausage of Justice is that Mia comes out of nowhere from the spirit realm of Karain with a steel chair, and she baps the culprit round the back of the head with it. And then she fucks off back to the spirit world again. There we go. I've just blown that game wide open. How does he keep doing it? I don't know. I don't know. Edgeworth's seen some crazy personality change when suspects drop their facades. He's also seen a crazy personality change when an old woman sees him and just instantly moistens. Like, her Grand Canyon goes from being dry to a fucking bayou in 10 seconds flat. Not even that, it's like 3 seconds. It's just like... Ow. I probably deserved that. Who's that? Hey, where do you think you're going, old man?
Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No, Mr. Canis, wait. Damn it, he disappeared. Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't worry, I'm fine, but... Damn you! A wild PNG attacked him. Ara, did you see my PNG from yesterday? Did you see my PNG from yesterday during the Uma Musume stream? I gotta show you this. Because I wasn't sure if the game was gonna make me look at, like, login details or passwords or email addresses. So I deployed a defensive Golshi on a Segway just to defend the chastity of my data. I am an IT guy's worst nightmare. I mean, to be fair, I also fuck about with systems for fun when I probably shouldn't. That's on the same tier as Vesper's head. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah, Vesper with his chin that could literally like kill someone because it was that pointy. Oh man. He killed my dad. He did right. There's no easy way to say it, but... Fucking about systems when you shouldn't is a good way to learn valuable IT skills. Yeah, it's why I can troubleshoot 90% of my own stuff. I don't need IT to actually fix very much for me, because I can do like 90% of it myself. Good way to get fired and get death threats from IT specialists? Well, maybe. Maybe. I mean, they can threaten me with a good time if they want. It's just flirting, isn't it? He wants to get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way. I'll...
Overruled.
No, Sean. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both.
I'll just put the call out, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we'd better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. Edgeworth's about to have his Batman moment. Oh, man. Do you mean to say that Edgeworth's going to bust through, like, a solid concrete wall and then cripple a man for life for, you know, like, joining up with the gang? Man, that's rough. He said he had to practice for the show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang.
There is? What?
Once the beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping.
Yes, sir.
I want to help too, Mr. Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. He's about to say, I've been through the same things as you, kiddo. Don't become like me. Find your boyfriend before you become depressed. You haven't seen the VOD. Did I get any good units in Pretty Derby? I got Rice Shower. I went through some of the career mode. I went through more career mode today, and I couldn't get past the G1, so I had to like end. But it turns out my support cards are all garbage. So I have I've beefed up my support cards, and I started a run with Ogre Cap. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a valuable learning experience for me. You know, it seems like a game where the setup is more important in a lot of ways than actually the main bulk of the game loop. So, yeah, I did get... I got a couple of, like, 2 stars. But so far, I've only got 2 3-star units. So I've got Rice Shower, I've got Ogre Cap. I'm now more rolling for support cards than anything else, just to make sure I can, like, beef them up a bit. So, hopefully I can beef them up somewhat. But, yeah, I'm going through, like, as much of the... I'm trying to get as many free carrots as I can right now. Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing, even though he was right there in front of me. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it, but I'm going to put things right once and for all. Okay. There's that first TBC. What a way for this game to end. This game ends by inflicting massive trauma on almost every Ace Attorney player because they have bad taste. You love how AA Friday is just an excuse to imagine the worst yaoi fanfic in existence? I mean, yeah. Yeah, you know. I mean, let's try and think of it right now, shall we? Let's try and think of it right now. Oh, Gumshoe said, caressing the veiny parts on Bodhidharma Canis' head. That is right, veiny. It's like a penis.
Yes, Helmut. My head's like a penis. Yes.
Yeah, you fucked up there. Oh, no. We're back.
Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you guys come to watch the show?
Hello, Miss Berry. Mr. Saint.
You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. But I'm glad you kept your promise.
Yes, I remembered you giving me this.
That's so great. You're going to have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth.
Huh. I think you've surprised me enough for one day already.
What are you talking about?
Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painting on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct?
Oh, yeah. What is this exactly?
I have a strong suspicion the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. This is the final confrontation in the game. So this is going to be the finale of this game today, then. Which means next week, it's sausaging time. Wait. That sounds like some sort of disgraceful sexual metaphor. You know what? That's fine. I can go with that. Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that would be Simeon. But, wait, you don't mean...
Mr. Saint, you took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you?
Sure, I was practicing.
Is that a fan game?
Let's assume no.
Sorry, give me a second. The light's coming in really strongly through my window. I need to just close this up. Hold on. This is going to sound insane, right? This is going to sound insane. Oh, Fanga, no. Yeah, sorry. SOJ is Spirit of Justice. So we've got that to go through. And then after Spirit of Justice, as long as we don't get Ace Attorney 7 anytime soon, we then also have the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So there's two, like, prequel games to the first game, taking place in ye oldie times, like the 1800s. Where instead of objection, it's like, I disagree. Reginald, I disagree. You see? I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I needed to put in some extra hours. At night. When it would have been even more difficult than usual. A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? That you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious K to the top of the big building. Then I'll have to find an NDS emulator to play through Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney. I do wonder about, like, how DS emulation works on a PC, you know. I do wonder that. I have to have a look into that at some point. Sorry, give me a second. My back's got a right itch on it. Hold on. Oh, baby. There we go. I missed my shower after the gym yesterday because I forgot to take my towel. And then I forgot to shower this morning, so I'm like... Pungent. Extreme pungency. In order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. You smell it from there? Why are you sniffing my pits? Why are you sniffing me? The security cameras never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof. Which means she must have gotten there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. Crusty sea slug. Sounds like takoyaki. I become the very Nurgle-coded sea slug. It's true. Wow, he drugged the child. That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I'd never, ever, ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back at the jail. You said you believed I was innocent. You didn't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club, after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. You have a question? Do I still have Half-Life? I do have Half-Life, yeah. I do. I haven't really got any mod packs to play on it at the moment. It's one of those games that I like to dip into every so often, but not that frequently. But yes, I do still have Half-Life. It's on Steam. The Dead Parents Club. Oh my fucking god, Zach. Hammerhead mod. Let me have a quick look. Hold on. Let's see. This looks like... Hold on. Is this by the same guy who made Afraid of Monsters? Because, like, look, the storyline is very Afraid of Monsters. It look like... It's not. Oh, so it's like a bit of a coinky-dink, huh? I mean, it does look interesting. So it's like a horror mod, by the look of it, huh? That could be a shout, yeah. I've been looking for some, like... Oh, right, okay, right, I see. Yeah. No, I played Afraid of Monsters. Oh, man, it was around when it actually released. Like, the 1.0 release or whatever it was, so... Yeah, I mean, I've been looking for some horror games to play, so yeah, I'm just gonna... Let me just get this on my bookmarks a minute, hold on. There we go. There, done. Right, okay. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you. And we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you'd lie to me. We didn't lie. I swear, Simeon, You said you knew what it was like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kay. It hurts so much. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about. He's not a bad person.
Objection!
I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it, with everybody? You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behaviour one would expect from the arch-manipulator behind all of our recent troubles. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. It took 2 Simons to prove that appearances are indeed deceiving. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Oh, he's evil now. Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess it was all an act. But I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. The monkey is the puppet master in symbolism. Yeah. Damn. He is smouldering. He's like, he looks like he's out of Castlevania now. He looks like he's about to like make a sexually aggressive comment towards Alucard. You know? I'll drive a stake deep into your ass, Alucard. And then Alucard's response is, I'm interested in this. That part of the song sounds kind of like a laugh. Simeon, this can't be true. Can it? The bit with the drums. Truth, lies, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. And now he's going to pay. Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often? Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simeon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. Always be wary of men named Simon and wearing makeup in the AA universe. I mean, I don't know that. Wait, what? The guy who did... Oh, man. You know what, Spawn? I'm kind of glad you mentioned that, because at one point I was thinking, you know what, Afraid of Monsters would be a neat stream. And now you said that, and I'm just like... I'm just kind of like... Yeah, maybe not. So thank you for giving me an alternative to that. Both he and Judge Winner dismiss truth. Objection. He does look unhinged. He kind of looks like me after I come out of the average working day. I guess just about everyone in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense, I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happened to be nearby, thank you very much. Yeah, I suppose so. It's more a case like, I don't like supporting products made by wrong-uns, shall we say. You know, that's just kind of a thing for me. It's like with... have you ever heard of a band called As I Lay Dying? Like, they have some very peak metalcore songs. Then Tim tried to have his wife murdered by a hitman, who turned out to be an FBI agent, lol, idiot. But it turns out he's just a massive piece of shit, and like after that happened, I just couldn't listen to him. And I actually got rid of my merch and got rid of my CDs, and I was like, no, I'm not listening to this band again. So it's like, it's on a personal level for me, you know, there are limits, and when someone crosses that line, it's like, no, that's it. Gear of reporting. Acknowledged. Shouldn't have hired a hitman on it, on 4chan. Yeah, it goes on like, well, I gotta get me one of them hitmen. Which one doesn't glow the most? Which one of these hitmen doesn't glow the most, huh? Okay.
Hold it!
This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. I see, and how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few £100. I know how he gets it there. It's this. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off the ground now that I think about it. I'd prefer it if you didn't change the subject. How do you transport the balloon? Wow, give the guy a break, will you? It's not like I was getting miles off track. Sheesh. We use a truck, okay? You just load it onto the back and away you go. A truck, you say? Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. Better keep it in mind. Truck-kun, you said. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ara. No. Not truck-kun. Not truck-kun. Not... Ah! Oh. Am I in another world? It's always a gamble to look up artists. There's always a non-zero chance it'll ruin what you like. You know what? Yeah, that's legit. I'm French now. Sacre bleu. Hon. Gaston. Marry me, Bill. I'm right manly, me. Oh, garlic and onions and such like. And croissants. You get it. I mean, imagine like you isekai, and like you get reborn as a Filipino. I make that joke because I know from like I've had this debate with Swagapino pals before, where they've said, you know, like, actually, you're gonna suffer more if you get reborn as like one of us over here, and I'm like, but surely being reborn as a Brit is worse. They're like, no, sit the fuck down, Brit boy. Okay.
Hold it!
So just to confirm, the truck hasn't been anywhere else since then. Why would you need to confirm that? I just told you, didn't I? Answer the question. Or are you trying to avoid this one too? Oh, that was a cheap shot, even for you. If I say something, you don't need to confirm it, because I just said it. See how that works? But since you insist, the truck's been parked out back since the day before last. And the balloon was still loaded on the back, baskets and all. Now explain to me why that even matters. You get isekai'd in the same world, but you're now in the US? Ah, shit. Not right now. Now, I think I'll just thank you for giving me a straight answer for once and leave it there. So he means to insist that the truck has been parked here since 2 days ago. Huh. I think you might have let more slip than you realize, Mr. Saint. Are you done? Alright, as I was saying. So when was it that Sean got kidnapped? It was like the night before, wasn't it? April 5th, 11 p.m. This photo was taken yesterday, so we're on April the 6th, are we? I'm gonna try something. One's home country can annoy and disappoint you, but there are worse countries past and present. I mean, that's true. That's true. I mean, is Britain worse than France? I don't think it is, actually, you know. Like, in Britain, government do some fuck-ass shit and put your prices up. And everyone's just like, oh, that's terrible, we don't like this, but they don't do anything. In France, you put the price of petrol up a single penny, and they go absolutely apeshit. And they start flipping cars over, and they start throwing Molotov croissants at, like, government buildings. The French are actually very respectable when it comes to rioting. Depends on what. At the moment, UK and France are mostly equivalent. I mean, I remember seeing pictures of those riots. You know, you have put the price of our pensions up by a single penny. Now we will throw the explosives at you. We will throw the explosives at you. But must we throw the explosives now? I'm little tired. Well, have a nap. Then throw the explosives! Imagine if there were a tax on bread. Oh my god. You could say that if they put a tax on bread in France, it would be pain. I know it's pronounced pan, but look. Okay. Oh my goodness, that was the worst pun I've made in like years. Okay. I'm gonna try and present the truck.
Objection!
Ha-ha! This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Uh-oh. Agent Lang! Emma! Why is Emma here?
There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. Case sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away.
And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back. A blue truck. Okay. Well, well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection!
What, just because it's blue? Like a million other trucks? What makes you so sure it's the exact same one?
No, I saw it too. It's the same one for sure.
Objection!
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Since when do culprits have voiced objections? I know. Apart from... Actually, don't. Excelsior's Winner does. Winner has his own objection. Yeah. Winner has his own objection as well. And it's like... Prosecutors cheat. It's true. It's true. They cheat, and they lie, and they steal, and they fart, and they poo. And sometimes they piss. And it just becomes a soup. Right? It just becomes this disgusting slurry of just body bits. Anyway. Show me. I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it.
Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck?
The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while.
No way, you can tell just from that.
What can I use to prove it's the same truck? He touched it. Fingerprint dusting. I'd like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints.
Huh? Why would you want to do that?
Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. It's his.
Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there?
I do. Because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time?
Oh, that's why I'm here. One moment, please. Already, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth.
I really hope Emma comes back in the Sausage of Justice, because, like, the Emma design from Apollo Justice put justice into my sausage. Ow! You love how cartoony Simeon is, he just didn't take it seriously at all. Oh, man. No, but, like, everything about her design is peak. Everything about her design is just phenomenal. In Apollo Justice. Like, holy shit. Why won't she kill me? Why won't she kill me by, like, stamping her high heel on my throat? Yeah, maybe pretend that I didn't say anything. Huh? Me?
Of course. Who else did you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how.
Fine. Although I don't see why you can't do it yourself.
So just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Like this.
Oh, we get to do some cocaine again. Moving the cursor around and pressing space will allow me to dust the area with powder.
It sticks to fingerprints, so once you've found one, make sure I've done plenty on there. And then blow away the excess.
Unarchived gameplay stream.
Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Ah, like that.
Blowing with tea should remove any excess powder.
Alright, you got all that.
Yes, thank you. Now to try it for real.
Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy.
Okay. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh. Okay. Lawyer's doing coke. So cooked. Or baked.
That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there.
Can we compare it to my prints right away?
Yep, leave it to me. That confirms it. It's Mr. Edgeworth's print, alright?
And with that, another lie is exposed.
Yeah.
So what are we doing in the truck?
Oh, just driving around for fun, you know.
Kay was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage, and your truck was sighted nearby.
Objection.
Coincidence, nothing more.
You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both.
What makes you think they were even connected?
Objection.
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what.
Oh, this should be good.
What connects Kay and Sean's abductions? Now. Now. The Lion air balloon is present at the big building when Kay is abducted, and it's on the back of the truck when Sean is abducted, right? So this is a possibility. I'm not set on this yet, right? We need to keep that in mind, okay? I don't think it's anything in this, but we'll come back. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? Let's see. Don't think it's that. Mm-hmm. It could be this. It could be this because Sean's been taken away in this and the balloon is on this. So it could be the truck, maybe. Okay. Might be the sedative. Ah, you're right. I was overthinking this, but you can see where my train of thought went, right? Let's try the sedative. Let's try the sedative.
Take that!
Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less.
Objection!
Ha! I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do that it doesn't prove anything for sure. Ugh, must have something. There must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, you're all the same at the end of the day. You false the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat out make it up just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tamper with the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? It's no use. We don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you're about done there, Miles. No more cheap shots left to fire. Great, well I have a show to be rehearsing for, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I'd lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old great thief magic. You didn't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see if I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection! What are you? Take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do with someone running a little interference for you, Master. Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again. We can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests he is our mastermind? He's on a British game show. He's on a British game show, right? Of course. Canis was looking for our secret string puller too, the young pup as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps... But what evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? The correspondence chess game, maybe? Retyped by the mastermind, sent on to Bronco. Try it? We'll give it a go. I mean, I did just save, didn't I?
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right, our mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them... Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything and I have to practice for the show, so if you don't mind...
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here, and if I can't take any more of your interventions... Oh, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Miles Arena's back in the game for sure.
I'm Simeon the funny clown. Look at me. I'm juggling.
Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it.
Huh? Where did that come from? Chess? Sure, I don't hate it.
Our secret string pool was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis.
Objection.
I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection.
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Canis and Mr. Knight.
And you think that person was me? Why would I go through all that trouble? That's crazy!
To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi LaGuardia to murder him.
What? You're saying you set them to try and get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection.
Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want.
If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe we might find...
Objection.
Letters? You won't. Trust me.
What?
Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Yes, I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung up in the past, right? Gah!
He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks.
Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again, huh?
That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either?
We've fallen short yet again.
What do we do now? Are we out of options?
You accuse me of betraying my friend. You don't even have any proof. You're despicable.
Who was that?
Oh, hi.
Miss Berry? What does she want?
Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about, what you were saying, and, this Knight person, you mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend?
Yes. What of it? Does she know something?
A letter came from him this morning. For Simeon.
What?
What did you...
How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Berry, we need to see this letter right away.
Sure, here you go.
Let's open it up, shall we? Well, well, well. It's another correspondence chest letter.
The next move from the game with Mr. Canis.
Could anybody else spell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess it must have gotten held up en route.
Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a travelling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time.
Interesting that's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint.
Gah!
This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion they were somehow connected.
Curse you, Bronco! You're still getting in my way even now. I hate you! I hate you! Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. We weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago.
Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words.
I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest, but then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this, and if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it. I have to go meet my dad, I promised. If I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him. The two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped.
The letter is laced with anthrax. Oof. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What's he mean? Doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simeon, the victim in the IS-7 was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remembered was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. I-23 was related all along? Damn. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. Maybe I chose not to remember. Ugh, just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Do you think I'd sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was the Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die. Objection! I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halique. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny, not at all. You're right, it's not. But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son. Do we have the photo of them? Hold on. There's a photograph, isn't there? Where did it go? The ring is faster and easier. We can try it.
Take that!
Oh, huh. Bronco's chess set and a ring? Yes, take a look at the ring for me if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Halique used to mark his works. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time. And eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely. That you are in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. No, that can't be. I'm... My dad was... I remember... Don't I? Oof. Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way. So I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail. Ha! Was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game. So the show is just the icing on top. Both of them are murderers who try to frame innocent women. Yeah, they're both pieces of shit, aren't they? Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Uh-oh. Goodbye, Bronco. Farewell. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis. Why I stayed in touch with him all these years. Uh-oh. And there we have it. The truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Candace's correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. You're right, it was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. President's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too. That's why Laguan kept questioning me, day in and day out. He got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would bring. Was it a nervous wreck? Who can blame me for wanting to get out of there? But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winner would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows and drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. So we get a break on leap years. I see. Okay. I was thinking, wait, hang on. The ones every 4 years, right, got you. I was thinking, bisexual tiles? Why are the tiles bisexual? Unless they're like tiles of like the bi pride flag. And you like use them to decorate your kitchen. Like one in every 4 tiles is the pride flag for bi folk. You know. That could be luck. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of her prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to. Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco, he really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted. I'd become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey. But I doubt even you imagined the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I shouldn't. As long as Winner was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Laguard almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I can see exactly how it was going to all go down. So we saw right through their plan. How Chairman Winner would try to suppress the evidence in Warden Laguard's trial. I see. And that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of your presence of the presence of evidence or the rule of law.
Objection.
Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night. But Winner pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claimed to hate.
Objection.
That's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I'd never do anything so wicked. Never ever. Me commit a crime? No. And besides, I don't hate the 3 of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. So you admit it. Your motive in all this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despise every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winner. Another to him so we knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders? Right! Same thing in Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. Even this late in the game, the theme of children and parents seems still extremely prevalent. Yeah, it really is. It's a really strong theme as well. Oh, assassination. I added that to Bronco on a plate. That was part of his plan too? So Rook's murder was...
Objection.
Admits to everything, points out why you can't arrest him. Yeah, what a dick. No, that was all Bronco's and it had nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? His fate's a crazy thing. You can't talk like that about murder. Setting LaGuardia up was easy too. I just made it seem like Knight and Candice were in contact with each other. And slipped the chisel inside the chess set. So it was you who put it in there. Yes, it was. I thought that might point to everybody nicely in Candice's direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that it would all be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who, me? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winner and LaGuardia. I guess you could say your powers of deduction with a weapon that put an end to them both.
Objection.
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favour. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Oh, was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. It made my blood run cold, for sure. But then who should come through with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation, my knight in shining armour. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You want to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. He wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Okay.
Oh, did he?
You're sure he wasn't just trying on his dear departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Meister, don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple. Painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've got my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet... Think about it, I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you can pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters, I didn't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. He's that one jokester that silently records everything everyone does. Yeah, he's me. I do that. I literally do that every single day. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. That's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. Oh, he's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's got to be something we can do. What about this? Excitement stuff he's talking about. Incitement, Kay. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it seems equivalent to committing the crime itself. So we just need to prove that he told him to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example? All I'd have to do is say the word, then sidle off stage into chaos. What? You wouldn't. Why is a wolf afraid of a pig? Yeah, I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. You know what? That'd make for a killer show. You'll do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to. But knowing what we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humour you. But once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me and we're done here. Alright, let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? Oh, he's not going to give me an inch. There must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. Okay. You love how chaotic, slippery, and almost Joker-like he is? He really is, isn't he? Okay.
Hold it!
You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders were duly committed. And if I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you had done the deed yourself. Yeah. What was the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement, K. Chairman Winner, Warden LaGuard, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit those acts by somebody behind the scenes. This man right here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything.
Hold it!
Nowhere at all. What? You didn't look? I can give you a minute if you like. He's clearly confident that I won't find anything. He must have planned those letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job, but if you can't prove I encouraged them to commit those murders, your incitement charge goes up in smoke. Too bad. So sad, huh, Miles? Let's go over the evidence real quick. Looking at letters. That pawn can't go to G6. Unless it's this pawn to G6. Oh, no, I think it's this pawn to G6. Okay. Let's keep pressing.
Hold it!
I'd know for a fact you made those murders happen. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made big bad Chairman Winner kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? You told me yourself.
Objection.
Did I? And can you prove it? If you can't, this ends here. Just ask yourself, could this sweet innocent boy have done the things you're saying? No, 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 no. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, we have nowhere to go with this. If we could only prove what he said on that phone call. Hold on. Did we find this before or after that? A recording of signals that were intercepted from the bug that was planted in K's pen. Ara, help me out here. Am I cooking? Or is the stew on fire? I get the feeling that the stew is on fire. You think I'm cooking? Huh. So I think if we go back to... You can't prove I did anything at all. I'm not 100% which of the statements it is. I'm going to try this one.
Objection!
Not that statement. Not that one. Okay. Not that one. Okay. I'm sure it's either the bug or the tape recorder. Let's try the tape recorder before we try another statement.
Objection!
Ah, I got the evidence piece wrong. Okay, understood. I was in the right direction. I just used the wrong bit to go with that. I'm afraid you're wrong. I've proved that you meant for at least one murder to happen. Because you said so yourself. Yeah, that's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman when he killed Little Miss Rosie Ringer. I said that. Weird, I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything. But this time you're wrong. I am? Yes, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. Was? You had your conversation with the clown on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No! Like she says, a schemer schemes will swallow in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can. Got it. It was this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, let's just give our cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It was right around here. I was as surprised as... Huh? That's weird. Is something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say. Seems we maybe didn't quite catch the next part on tape. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Oh, poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs? Sure, they exist, but... So you switched it off to avoid being recorded? Bingo!
Objection!
But how? You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place.
Objection!
And I did, of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping. That's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. No. You heard that whole conversation? I did indeed, old pal, but I must say, I thought you would have figured it out much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Now, where were we again? Oh yeah, at the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Oh well. Oh. Ah, shucks. So my tape ain't gonna be a no use to nobody after all? Come on, I must have recorded summon. Summon you can use. If only that were true. Hey, K-Meister. Yeah? The old buggeroo was hidden in your pen that old time, right? That shake anything loose from your brain tree? I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection!
So sad, relying on flawed evidence, desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. Kay had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the interception of the bug for?
Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back.
In which case... I'd say 2 nights ago, because wasn't that when Kay was kidnapped? Wasn't Kay kidnapped 2 nights ago? Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly, play us any tape you have from the night before last.
Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon.
Indeed it is. Around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Which means he can't have been too far away from you or the bug. Is there anything else in the recording, I wonder?
Wait, that noise.
That was a gunshot. Oh. Ha! You turned the bug off then too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case.
Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever mentioned a gun.
He's wrong. Somebody involved with this case discharged a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present the piece of evidence that proves it. Let's have a look. No, that would have been too easy. What piece of evidence shows a gun was used in an incident related to this case? Do we have anything like that? There has to be something. Gotta work this one out, guys. President's autopsy report? Do we even have one? You have to check in detail. I don't think we have an autopsy report for the president, you know. On page 1, we do. Oh, the photo of the corpse. Ah, gunshot residue detected on right hand. You're right, you're right, you're right. For some reason, I was looking at that thinking it's just a photo of the corpse.
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. Ugh. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right. She was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be.
Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking. He noticed something and told me to leave.
And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that? Don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep spouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. If you listen carefully, you can hear that the bullet hit something too. Could the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck? The balloon? Like the metal rim of the basket, probably. Surely.
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. And if he was, what we heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket.
Let's take a look and see, shall we?
A hole.
With a bullet stuck in it.
There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I call it a pretty conclusive proof. Ah! Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole?
You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright, alright. No need to get cranky. I'll admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Cavell and the President were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the President noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down the balloon?
Something worries you? What's troubling you? The president had a gun. Oh. Why did he have a gun? He's in America. That's why.
Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend the judge right here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What do you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter.
Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage. She was afraid.
Ha! Afraid. Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander.
Okay.
Hold it!
Okay. So you didn't expect to find the two of them there?
Of course not. Why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. You'll know what would have happened if I'd been any later. He was just about to try and kill you, Cavell. You really didn't suspect anything. I'm afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? I was merely trying to... What kind of mother are you? You're lucky he didn't kill you then and go after the boy.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not Judge Cavell. He almost comes off as the good guy here. I don't know. I don't know about that. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here.
I'm in your debt, Mr. Edgeworth, as is Sean. I trust that you'll look after us both. And I pray that the goddess of justice will watch over us all. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you. There's a balloon right behind you.
He casually saved her when he could have disposed of her in his typical fashion. I mean, I suppose, but like, I feel like it's a tangential thing and not an on-purpose action. Bunch of bad guys fighting each other, yeah. Exactly.
Hold it!
He made her leave, but why? Wasn't he planning to kill her?
Sure, but I'll bet he didn't want to do it in front of witnesses. Murderers don't tend to like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you.
I don't think anybody was smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. So please, continue if you would.
Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, that coward of a fake president.
I guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him pretty badly and he panicked.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out there the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon going pop. But it was a close-run thing. So you left right then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. You're saying there's a problem with that? Hey, Dodso. We're currently fighting an evil clown. With chipmunks. As you can see, Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Does that present a problem? There is a problem? In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on that rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot me, he escaped through the hatch onto the 51st floor. I don't think he did. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, then landed on the roof. Because she was in the storeroom but didn't see the president pass through. Who would have thought the clown would be evil? Exactly, Tailfin, you're right. The clowns are always evil. Clowns are just wicked, sinful beings. Would you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. I think Lossa Hart's testimony is about to come in clutch. I don't even think we need to press this one. She was useful. You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Miss Hart testified to that fact. What? You believe the word of a two-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh dang pardon. Say that about the chief again, I dare you. I'll wipe that smile right off of your stupid clown face. Take that back. Harlequins, jesters, jokers, mimes, clowns, and Pierrot are all awesome. They terrify too many people. Also, have you ever noticed, like in horror films, the clown's always the one who kills people? So we know Hart was camped out on the 51st floor the entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, then how the heck did he get off the roof? An excellent question, and one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator. So neither that nor the hatch are possibilities. Which leaves only one possible way of escaping that rooftop. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch? Well, it has to be the balloon, right? Surely it has to be the balloon, because there's no other way down. Is there?
Take that!
He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection.
Whoa, quit fooling around, will you? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection.
There was a security camera in the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop.
Objection.
You know what the circus is all about. Making the audience think you're in danger. Giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am.
What do you mean?
Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was. I don't say as much as my testimony.
Objection.
The masked man are killers like superheroes. The stealthy, speedy, hot air balloon escape. Exactly. Exactly. Terrifying in every single way.
Ah, so the noise. The sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly you fainted. So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out unconscious, you might say. What? What happened?
That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Never underestimate an 1800s American circus. Oh, man. Team Rocket ass villain. Well, so what if I did? Any girl in the world don't get caught a little unaware sometimes. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people. It doesn't matter. Kay can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the roof.
Objection.
Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down the hatch. They were too busy shooting down the Barney's Macy Day parade balloon. What the heck is a Macy Day? What is a Macy Day? I don't know what that is. So what if he did? What would that mean?
Objection.
Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. If the president hid until after Miss Hart fainted. Oh, they hold a parade on... Oh, it's a store chain for Thanksgiving. Right, I understand. Has a bunch of giant balloons. Oh! It's the Ghostbusters parade. Right, okay. Okay, it's the Ghostbusters parade. Right, I understand. I understand. He could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No. And there we have it. Little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. No! Did he have to touch me in my own voice? That's right, no, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal the president while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day, only to end up being killed himself. That's right, it was Sean who murdered the body double. So many hot air balloons have been felled through the years, it's the source of many memes. Oh, man. That sounds terrifying. Just like you get enveloped by just this big fucking, just deflating balloon. Ow. Ah! Ow. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. That was my elbow. Ah. Okay.
Objection.
Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did you discover that exactly? Because I told him. One of my trademark letters. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I did tell him. Maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the Torosaurus head fell off that roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad till today. I swear. Channel my inner bow? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, my elbow cracks like that. Like, the rest of my joints are pretty cracky anyway, but my elbow's especially cracky. I can also dislocate my right shoulder on command. That's a fun little party trick. I can just like... Ah, there we go, it's out of joint. Now it's in joint. Now it's out of joint. Now it's in joint. Fun. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But you knew you made it fall and the president died from being crushed, was it? Ah. Alright, well that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Well, I guess you'd say something more like... And so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. Man, this guy's an asshole. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. Between that and my head injury, what the hell is my body? Well, it's almost as if you know too much now. It's almost as if you know too much. No, I'm just some guy. That was the case with Bronco with Chairman Winner. So what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot on my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that monster head. Who said old Torosaurus' noggin have fallen? It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The truth I shared, just like I said. 80% pot pie, 10% Guinness, the rest is vinegar and snark. I don't actually like vinegar. I don't like it. My wife puts vinegar on her chips. I do not. I just use ketchup. You think he was crushed by the hot air balloon? I think he could well have been, yeah. Because of that residue stuff, right?
No, that's not possible.
Yeah, vinegar on chips is really common. What, do you guys not do that? Like, you get like a bowl, you get like a plate of like, you get a plate of like fish and chips. And then most people like chuck a bunch of vinegar on the chips. Me, I like curry sauce on them.
Is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy.
Malt vinegar is the better vinegar. It definitely is, but I still don't like it that much. Like, I use it as a cooking ingredient, but I don't use it as a condiment.
Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter?
What, crisps? No, you don't put vinegar on crisps. I'm talking about chips, not crisps. Sea salt and vinegar potato chips. I mean, you can have salt and vinegar like crisps, but like they're flavored with vinegar. They don't have vinegar on them.
Ugh, curse you! Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You winner that Indian phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs. No, that's not true.
Objection.
Really? You've never heard of adding vinegar to chips? That's like an incredibly common thing here. Like, most people, I am the unusual one for not liking it in the UK. Most people in the UK will have vinegar on their chips. I'm just that one weirdo who doesn't. But I just don't like, it's too tangy for me. It's too, I just use ketchup. Like, if I'm having chips, ketchup is the go-to. Sometimes barbecue sauce. If I feel spicy, Carolina Reaper, and then my asshole gets punished. You know, sometimes I just want my ass to hurt the next day, you know? I just want agony.
Well, if you're not going to make the move, guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid is a murderer, maybe they'll finally do something.
Objection.
Chat, clip that. No, Vest, no, don't do it. Uh-oh. Damn it, what a time for you to reveal yourself. 10 out of 10 strategy. We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint.
How'd I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. Yet you still want to prolong the agony?
You lurk a lot. Ah, thank you. Ah, very kind of you. You don't talk often. You just pick your moment to inflict the absolute maximum impact. You pick your moment just to inflict the absolute maximum impact that you can. Like a sniper just waiting for the shot. Very well played. The tactical TMI.
He's not holding back. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too?
Hey, Mazzarino. Take a deep breath for me, would you? Why would I do that, Fender?
Because it's times like these you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles, remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and I can agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on that balloon or not, but rather, under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board?
A turnabout in thinking. He did. Who wins, Spinosaurus or Baryonyx? I mean, Spinosaurus is much, much bigger than Baryonyx. We're talking like probably about 2 or 3 times the sheer mass. And additionally, I mean, Baryonyx had that claw on its forefinger, right? It had that big hook claw. Oh god damn it! But at the same time, Spinosaurus was so much bigger I think a Spinosaurus would actually win it quite easily. I mean, all it would need to do is just get its jaws around the Baryonyx's neck, and that wouldn't take very much doing for it, and then it's game over. Right? It's just game over at that point. Like, I think if I remember rightly, the average length of a Spinosaurus was circa sort of like 15 meters, and then I think a Baryonyx would have been something like 8 or 9. Agitated blushing. Oh my god. Alright, I'm taking a quick record of this on my notepad. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Hey there, Spawn, welcome back. You're creating a Half-Life 1 mod about stopping the resonance cascade. Ooh, nice. Forgive the interruption, just my 2 cents worth. Or your own man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was physically an imposing man. And what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No. There were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. Ah, this is going to be tricky, but I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. He's admitting how he did it. He likes to pull a few strings here and there. How do you control a hot air balloon? You pull a couple of strings. Fucking hell. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna try and just have a quick look at something. I just want to see if there's any of that residue. No? Okay. Let's try and press on this one.
Hold it!
But it's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection!
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night. That's ridiculous, and you know it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No, 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 no. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection!
I can show you the world. Crush you with an hot air balloon, then you'll be kinda dead. 'Cause I've crushed you under it. An whole new world. Our SpongeBob boy. Very well. Let us suppose that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy show the presence of sedatives? Ah, it's no good. It's just not giving us an opening. Yeah, anyway, never mind all that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about.
Hold it!
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Taurosaurus head...
Objection!
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by head hypothesis was true?
Objection!
Huh. That may have been my theory at one point. But that was when we thought that... Ah! Ah! And then a hydration check immediately after you abused me. Thank you. Ugh. Ow. Ah! Ow. I think I'm concussed. Ugh. Planning to make a Russian mod fast and delayed by chapters. Does sound pretty interesting, though, Spawn. Good luck with it. Good luck with it as well. Keep working hard. But that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed it.
Objection.
Why the past tense? That's still your theory now. It's not like you have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Torosaurus head. Fact. No. There must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. We need to be very careful here. Don't you think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The model head is practically screaming his name. Oh, okay. That's pretty neat. Do we try and play the basket? The hot air balloon? I don't think we can yet. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that, Spawn. It's like, I'm working on a Metroid ROM hack right now. I saved, so try it. You know what? Yeah, I did. Let's try it. It's probably... I don't think it will work, but...
Objection.
Oh. Alright, fair enough. I didn't expect that, but... Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that? You? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? Did he use his special powers? The only person in communing with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have been mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Objection.
Huh. Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. What? You're talking about the lion balloon? Yes. A quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection.
You seem very keen to stick your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. Oh, I get it, that thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few £100, right? When the president attacked you from the roof... Oh, hang on! It just says extreme pressure. You had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose? Landing the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon. And he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection.
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would? Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again, it's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 PM. Clear as day. Ooh. You need to watch Looney Tunes? I haven't watched Looney Tunes in years, man. Like, literally years. April 5th, that was yesterday, which means... Carmelo also froze the body through off the time of death. Original Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. Exactly, it means he died when the Torosaurus head fell off that roof. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it. Why wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of a father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know because I told you myself. Oh, can my theory really been so wide off the mark? I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winner of the Glad until their crimes were finally exposed. By ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Got to love those powers of deduction. If the time of death matched up, everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto? You even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The I-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect.
Bingo! I only wish I could have been that Sears downfall too.
How could you say that? He was your father. It's so scary. Miss LaGuardia just keeps asking what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work?
He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of a person would do that? Excuse me. We may have shared the same blood. That's it, father? What a joke.
Objection!
Daddy issues the game. Yeah, and then I call Simon was it Blackwell? I've forgotten his fucking surname. Blackwell, that's it. Fucking hell, I had a complete, like, my brain just melted out my ears trying to think. I was just like, I was just thinking Sexy Simon. I was like, he's got a surname. What's his surname? Anyway, I'll call him Daddy. Moving on. You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you'll share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Simon says, silence. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did. That's right, we had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by Taba. A refrigeration unit in a depot? I threw off the time of death? And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the predator's body in a very specific place. You hid the body right here.
Take that!
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere. And you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Ha! Who knew the two were connected? They named it the big building in the localization. Yeah, it's a very big building. You're talking about the kidnapping, and why are we bringing that up now? Because much as you may wish we had forgotten, we knew that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless.
Objection!
Shut up! I'm nothing like him. I can never be like him. He's nothing to do with me. We're nothing alike.
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Gusto have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? If that's not a product of your daddy issues, I don't know what is. You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Is this a breakdown? What should I say? I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. The kidnapping? Nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavelle. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around, you know, Miles. What aren't you going to accuse me of? He faked his breakdown, I know. What a motherfucker. But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement of kidnapping or anything. Oh, wait. Are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old winner playbook? Ugh, never. I would never do that. I can't let myself rise to the provocation. What is the lie? No matter what happens, we must find the truth. Something like that. Ha! But only when the truth suits you. That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. Laquad, winner. And now you. None of you can touch me. This is bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. But we need evidence, even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event, though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free, if you'll finally admit defeat. No, I only admit to hands. Is it? Is it? Who was that? It's a fucking gumshoe moment! Yes! I knew it! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Gummy, where have you been? Motherfucking Dick Gumshoe. I was hoping for a gumshoe moment. What a fantastic thing. I've been doing my job just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. And Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report? I had to look into a few things real quick, sir. That refrigeration unit where Kid were kept. It was registered too. The very big circus, just like you said. And there it is, just in the nick of time. Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint. Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? A valid question, I suppose, but we're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter? What happened there? Gumshoe happened. Gumshoe happened, and everyone in chat got a massive erection. Like, even anyone in the chat who might not have a penis got an erection. That's the power of Gumshoe. You know, it's just magic like that. You know, it's just like, he just like makes the flaps kind of shoot outwards and harden, and like, you get the idea. So it's like hyenas. Like, right, it's like hyenas, okay? It's in the name. Yeah, you're right. We do have a unit to store the food for the animals, but I don't know where it is. I'll leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. Oh, you fool! Oh, Simeon, you're scaring me. Such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. I'm like a more demented Alex Jones turning the women into food scenarios. So many mental images today. I mean, if you want a really fucked up mental image, don't Google hyena clitoris, right? Just don't Google those things. And make sure that you don't add Crimvale to that mixture as well. Okay? Promise me you won't do that, guys. Promise me. Okay? You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. You already know. Ah, you've seen it. You've seen Ishizoku reviewers, you dirty devil. Excellent. Excellent, you dirty devil. Yeah, I watched it in the release season as well. It was actually pretty good. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead. Whoa! But you weren't counting on Sean being found at the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you'd known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Shockingly well written for a smut manga. Yeah, it really was. It really was. Like, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale.
Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory.
I am. Perhaps you could enlighten us.
You don't have any evidence that I crushed the presidential fake with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any.
I'm afraid there is.
What?
If Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did, there should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence. Now, look. You see that stuff there? You see that stuff there? It's the yellow powder. It's the yellow powder. That's plant cum! Oh my god! It's the bouquet, isn't it? Yeah. You know what, Ara? It actually got through. It got through to me alright. Okay. So, which bit do we play then? Is it the flowers? Is it the flowers we need to play? Play the bouquet? Alright, we'll try that.
Take that!
Nope, it's not the bouquet. We'll find tracing onto the... Yeah, it's not that. It's got to be the balloon then, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got to be the balloon. It's the balloon, then the bouquet. Right, okay. So we played the right evidence, but out of order. That makes sense.
Take that!
Okay. Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need.
The balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? We expect to find plenty, actually. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? If there's truth to be found, then he'll find it. He's a hero of justice.
He sure is. We'll find something for sure. Time flies in this game. It really does, doesn't it? Mr. Edgeworth's got now way tighter spots than this one.
What they said. We believe in you, Malzarino. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Just stay calm and seize this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away.
The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simeon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man.
This last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find in the balloon if it was used to crush the president? Pollen. Pollen from the lion lilies.
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies, symbol of connection between parent and child. A popular flower back in Shangfa.
That's your proof. A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now. A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away. So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection.
Look how sleepy the tiger is. Don't fuck with that tiger. If you put your head in his mouth, you'll be crippled. And then your brother will try and, like, kill people. And then you'll take a 95% penalty for saying to the judge the murder weapon's underneath his bench. You want a penalty? How about a double? That's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represented remains as strong as it ever was. The President held on to them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about?
The flowers Sean disposed of have been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No, you don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if those pollen stalks were, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Ha! Emma! Yeah? I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Hoo-hoo! Leave it to me! Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Oh, I got something! Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. If it's from the same flowers, it shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. What? Uh-oh. He's been dunked. And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. No, how could this... No! You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit. But why? Why go to all the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Ringer's murder. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. I get it. And he couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right? Indeed not, so while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fire Sean caused and the Torosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward! In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? How? You manipulated people, and you manipulated this case, just as you manipulate animals on the stage. You thought you were all powerful. One moment, what's going on there? Okay. But your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're made mad with you, Simeon. Even money in his ear. In some ways, he's a better villain than Alba. I mean, he's much more of a manipulator, isn't he? They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Stop it! Stop looking at me like that! Huh. Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. You are not a clown. You are the entire circus. Don't get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone! Excuse me. I know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one. They are. Why, Bronco? Why did you stop me from going to see my dad? If only none of them did what they did, I wouldn't have had to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone. No one to help me. Doesn't hold his extraterritorial rights over your head for hours. But that man, he helped me. Katniss was the only one who ever helped me. So what if I used people? I had to. No! Leave me alone! Ow, 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 that hurts! He's got punched by a gorilla. No! I know what happens with elephant tentacles. Seems the game is up at last. Who's this? Canis? No, it's Shelley. To kill her. Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I am free to... No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. He must have stolen from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There is nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! Interesting. You.
It's been a while, Tequila.
Step aside, Canis. That man is my target.
I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade.
That is a very good picture. And if I refuse?
Let us just say that I might not take the loss of the one life that I ever saved too well. You save a life? Bodhidharma Canis, the blind butcher himself?
To think people write these games off for being a spin-off and this shit like this, these games have been peak. The investigations games have been peak. Really good. Like, really, really solid.
Preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live.
This was your favourite game of the series at the time you played it? Forgotten a lot now? You can easily see how this is S tier in the category. Yeah, this is really tip-top stuff. Like, the Ace Attorney series has been really good so far. This game is, like, up at the top of the tier list, easy peasy.
Whew. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt.
You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day.
No, get back here. You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needs to be shown the error of his ways. And you have done just that. All right, I suppose we'd better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmut? Yes it does. Oh, hello.
You killed my dad, didn't you, old man?
I will not lie, I did. My victims deserve to be remembered at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you, Horned Pup. In that case... Sean, no! You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it, and cut my throat. One short slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway.
You get the impression he's not proud of the kind of man he is. He certainly doesn't seem it, does he? I want revenge. I want it so badly.
Sean, don't do it! Please, Sean, I beg of you.
At least I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took.
Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it.
Maybe it does, and in listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean, but it's not just about me. Say I get my revenge, how does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mum suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so would all the people I work with. Go, do a crime.
We live in a society.
Yeah. Oh, good grief. They're counting on me, and they worry about me.
Thoughtful words indeed, little one.
Yeah? Well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mum, the prosecutor, people like that.
Sean. Wow. You may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be.
Not hard. And even in the end, a positive influence on a child. Sean refuses for his mum's sake. The true crime Edgeworth along the way.
Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. On our way to where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Oh, home?
Don't need a trial. Canis has just been like, nah, to the prison with you. And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. Well, well, well.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth.
What's the big idea, big guy? Want to tell us what we're doing here?
Mr. Edgeworth, your request has been processed and approved.
Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated.
Your badge? What is the meaning of this?
I am returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer.
I still can't believe you did that for me.
You like that he breaks out of jail just for that? Yeah. Canis is just like, he just casually breaks out of prison. He doesn't give a shit. A certain man once said that to be an attorney is to be a defendant's most trusted ally. And that by believing in your client, the truth will make itself known. That man's image has forever been burned into my memory. As strongly as the vision of my father fighting in the courtroom. Good old Gregory. But that's his and my father's path. Mine lies elsewhere.
Mr. Edgeworth.
My path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. Well, then I guess that's that. I'm sorry.
No, I dig it. And besides, I can tell by that look in your eye that your mind's made up.
It is. Just marry him already. He's so Tsun, isn't he? It's beautiful. You love to see it.
Alrighty then. Looks like our work together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members.
I understand.
Hey, Master. Care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on?
No, they're definitely a couple, Dodso. They're married as fuck. Like, they are so marriage core.
You once asked me something, Fender. Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer.
I've been thinking about that question ever since. About how I mean to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor.
But can't you also do it as an attorney?
Look at it this way. Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago. And with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you. To lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone. To fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagined the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. And as long as Widow was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. LaGuardia almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winner made a mockery of justice, and in doing so, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's great contradictions. You can say that again. Yep, it's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor? A custodian of the law? I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badger game and confront those contradictions at every turn. Very Marzarino. I like it. You know it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself? That's lawyer on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. And if it has to be anybody, it should be you. You like Fender's art, so he's a neat character. I like him. Lots like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're gonna smash this. I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. And if there's one thing that man did not know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight until sunset. That was his motto. He's definitely a well-designed character. I like his vibe. You know what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking a prosecutor in again. You know what's really grown and changed? I hate to be a great big cheese ball, but you. I only wish your dad was there to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Fender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get to the ceremony underway. Please. Oh, I thought he was like saying, please, we don't need a ceremony. By the power vested in me by the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Oh, right, you're a prosecutor again. Best news of it all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got a scoop. Your pops is going to want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Huh. You got to go, Hades. No worries. Thank you for the hangs, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, alright? Fantrad Fender was really Sexo Fender. Imagine if that was his Fantrad name. Good grief. Don't thank me yet. The next time you see me could be across the courtroom. And this face is a whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon. Alrighty, Fender out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavel. I owe you more than I can say. You do. You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right. You had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. Blah, 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 blah. I have to thank you for teaching me that and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when last I oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gavel. I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. But, to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then, when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me. This is my opinion. Nothing more. You are right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason why I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winner. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Eustace! Oh. Of course, Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we're not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than to the words of the goddess. Ha! Though it may anger her to hear me say such things. Heh. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow. As a servant of the law, and as a mother. That I believe above all else. I see. It seems we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed, we are neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths, and continue to grow as we tread them. Until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey. Oh, ow. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I lost the title of prosecutor, but now I have regained it. And in so doing, I've seen a new way forward. A new path for justice, and I am determined to follow that path until it finally leads me to the truth, no matter how hard it might be, no matter what obstacles might arise. Woe betide anyone who stands in my way. For whoever they may be, whatever they might say, I will lift up my voice and shout.
Objection!
Why was he speaking so fast? Holy shit. We got credits, boys.
So, Chief, what kind of scoop we looking to land ourselves next, huh? Did I teach you nothing, knucklehead? We're a journalist, dang it. Leads are our stock in trade, our bread and butter. You don't just hand that stuff over, not even to your dang apprentice. Ah, sorry, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Well, alright then. Better go track down some leads my own self.
You were doubting I could do it today? I am powerful.
Before you moving on down the way, mind sharing what kind of leads them there leads might be? Huh? But, Chief, you... Come on now, I'm pretty much your editor, ain't I? Can't hold out on the boss.
Isn't this type of game like if a soldier played Halo or a Super Soldier FPS game? For me? No, it's very significantly different to actual legal work. And that's thrown me for a loop multiple times.
My arm wound is yet to fully heal even now. Your bodyguard who inflicted it was a skillful practitioner indeed. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. But never mind that now. Time to return to the life of a simple ice cream seller, although I have been thinking that perhaps crepes would be more my speed. Well, no rush. I'm sure there'll be time to ponder the matter before my next job comes in.
Yeah, the legal system itself is very different to this game, and it's caused me problems with playing this game before. Japan-America law?
Sure, you might knock me out my Budweiser guy, but I ain't out from the couch just yet. Now I'll be keeping my guard up and looking for an opening. We'll get out of this stuff yet. Ain't that right, Teddy? The second the bell rings for the next round of escape shenanigans, we'll come out swinging. Till then, it's training, training, and more training.
These text bits are so fast, it's hard to keep up with them.
You want to know if I'm still planning on becoming an animal stylist? Oh, sure, I'm still studying every single day. Still up to my elbows in mud. But I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. I plan to make it my new career when I finally get out of here. What's that? Is my release a few more years away? Now because I helped Warden McGuard? Ah! Why do you think I'm being so nice to these stupid freaking animals? I don't care about the freaking license. I just want to get out of here. Why me?
Because you're a murderer, Frank saw it. What would I do within my ability to talk about if I had the equivalent of an Ace Attorney case IRL? That is a question.
I was so shocked when I learned what Simeon had been up to in this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. Still, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. The show must go on.
Present badge.
We can't let the magic department and the ventriloquy department get the better of us. We'll light the stage and blow away the competition, all those awful memories with it. Yippee!
Yeah, present badge is a good option there. I'll give you a more serious answer in just a second, though.
I must have gotten soft in my old age, haven't I, boy? Yes, I have. 18 years ago I saved a life, and the troublesome child is still keeping me busy to this day. And now here we are, back in a cage. Well, we'll have company soon at least, won't we, boy? Yes, our friend the pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, they won't.
What dessert shall we eat? Chocolate cake, sticky and sweet.
Oh, so soft, fluffy and light. You'll be dreaming of it tonight.
I'll always be waiting for you, Judy. And I'll come visit you every day, just like you and Eddie did when I was in here.
We have so much to thank you and Mr. Edgeworth for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious desserts again, Samson.
And not just you, they gave me permission to keep providing sweet treats to everyone here. I guess spreading the gospel of candy making for all these years is finally paying off. You love the way he talks. My Italian accent, yes. Babadaboopy. Bibadaboodavapa. Uh-oh.
Oh, hello, sweetie. Fancy seeing you here. I owe you a great big thank you, you know. Ah, dear old Greggy Pegleg too, of course. After all, it's all thanks to all of you I can eat Sammy Poo-Poo sweets again. I'll be for thinking of making a lovely medicine out of them. I'm gonna go call it Snacker's Delight. It makes your stomach so small you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a tent peg and laugh every minute. I'm gonna make a fortune.
Ah, Candice with the pet talk, hell yeah.
Man, I met so many beautiful people there. I draw so many beautiful sketches. Lulu isn't the biggest fan of my new work, though. She took one look at my sketchbook and hit me over the head with it. Bam! Just like that. And then she left. Guess that's one less beautiful person in my life now. So I've got a big decision ahead of me. Do I follow me out or do I follow me out? By out, I mean new girlfriend. You got that right. Pfft.
Good grief. Badster, the Badinator. Seriously though, thanks for the assist today, good buddy.
Puh, you want me to talk about IS-7? I'll talk all day. Sounds like that Edgeworth kid is doing good work.
Yeah, Miles Reno chose a different path from his old man in the end. A path that means we can't work together, but that won't stop me looking in on him from time to time.
Huh. You've come pretty far yourself.
Holy macaroni, a compliment from Big Bad Detective Bad? Am I dreaming? Well, flattery will get you everywhere, old pal. You ever need a little fend about it, just say the word. Do one of the cats just come in? No? Okay. Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought for what I did. I guess because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Oh! Ow! Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crime, dang fool child. Sorry, Grandma. I still feel awful about it, of course. But I am just so glad I get to stay out here with you. What's that? You think we should be getting back to work? Haha, I guess you're right. Can't keep the dead waiting. I mean, why don't you just eat the dead? Is that not easier? Just eat them? Science saves the day again, huh? Good thing I happen to be around, right? Even if I do have to jump right back on a plane again and go back to Europe. All this flying around is going to get tiring. Still, it's all part of becoming a first-class forensic investigator. Guess I better get going. Oh, but if you ever need me, just say the word, okay? I'll come running, you know I will. No Cannibal Corpse like the band, but what if I come blood? What then? See a doctor, says chat. The greater one's father, the greater one's pressure to be great. But Justus Winner, was it? He has chosen his own path now, and he will be tested. Just as I was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live as a prosecutor over how his own father lived. That, too, is a valid answer to the question we've all had to wrestle with.
My father had a secret, bore a burden I could only have imagined. I thought only of my family name. He thought of so much more. He thought of our entire nation. I mean, to carry on that legacy, to fulfill his last great wish. Even if our president was an imposter. Even if our real president was long dead. Even if it takes all my effort, all my men's effort, Shake Fa will rise again. I can't wait for you to see it.
I gave up on the whole the winner thing. Told everyone to stop calling me that. Because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. Now I'm going to start again from scratch. I won't let what he did ruin everything. And pretty soon I'll be better than him. And better than Edgeworth, so watch out. Now, first order of business. Get a new nickname.
Bit of a weird priority, but okay.
Well, it was eventful to say the least, but we got it done. The movie's gone down great.
I think the murder stories in the gossip magazine might have helped. Big Bad Man emerges from Big Bad Bull. Reveal the true face of Monster Man Sheng Fa present murder plot. Huh? Wait, this is a picture of you, Mr. Powers.
What? Why?
Hey, it's not so bad. After all, it'll make people come and see the movie, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I got his voice wrong. Yeah, Penny still doesn't have a name in a dialogue box. She's just assistant. I very much enjoyed the movie, Sean.
It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part.
The boy who befriended both Torosaurus and Gordy, they don't come any bigger than that. And it was a role you were born to play.
You think? Well, we could see you in the sequel, I guess, and I kind of like acting. Hey, can we pick something up before we head back? I wanted to get some line lilies for my dad.
Of course, and I'll buy some too. For Emily. Okay, what do we got here?
Whew. It's been a busy few days, though, sir. Unbelievably so. How did so many important cases all come along at once?
There's never a dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way.
Wait, so all that stuff happened because of you? It's the moment. The part of the movie where everyone goes silent for a bit. Uh-oh.
No, Gummy, how can you say that?
And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Well, Kate, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice?
Yeah, good question.
What? You're not sure?
How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow in my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief just like he was.
The Yasugarasu. Or a Yasugarasu, at least.
But, watching how this all panned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate.
She's right. After all, nothing thrives in the shade.
I'm gonna be my own hero.
Sniff, sniff, sniff. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed.
I won't be giving up the name though. Can't not be the Yasugarasu, right?
Whatever name you pick, you'll always be cared to us, Kate. You'll always be an hero.
Oh, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy too.
You bet I will, and I'll be doing my detective thing just as hard as always. So I'll be counting on you, sir.
Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, detective. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days, you've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise.
Huh?
Wait, you mean... What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, detective.
You will! This is unbelievable, sir.
This is the most magical ending. This is the most magical ending I could have asked for. I would never have expected it, but I always hoped. Tears of joy spilling down my face. Salary raising voices.
No way! Go, Gummy!
It's like a dream come true. I can finally leave the instant noodle life behind. But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand that. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Woo! Gumshoe getting cash money. Hell yeah, you'll love to see it. I'll give you everything I've got. Just you wait and see. Fender and Judge Cavell set me on a new path in life. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path at whose end lies the ultimate truth. Gumshoe Chief of Police, I fucking hope so. Like, Ace Attorney 7, Gumshoe Chief of Police, and main prosecutorial adversary as Eustace Winner. Give me those two things. But can I really do this? I need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless.
Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason why I was never truly there during my long struggle against Chairman Winner. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope.
Yeah, we might do. We might do. We've just got to pray.
When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead.
Huh. So that was your secret weapon all along. Sean Fenn? Not like Sinn Fein, no. Not like Sinn Fein. I don't know what his name's a pun on, actually. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Hold on. Let's have a look. Let's see. Name. His full name may be a reference to Sean Penn, an actor-director whose starring roles included the 2008 biopic Milk. So it's basically it's an actor's name pun. The strength of my bonds. Oh, I almost forgot. What? What is it? I was trying to find other members for my Asagrasi team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. I never even found a single one. We were going to be unstoppable on our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You already have a team. Think we can solve any case the world cares thrown it.
It just coincidentally sounds the same as another group. It's unfortunate, but like there's a difference in the pronunciation. That's where we can sort of like stay safe from. I don't need to worry about turning my car on in the morning now.
Oh yeah, I guess I do. The prosecutor, detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth, put it in handcuffs, and steal it once and for all. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case.
As long as the three of us stick together, we got nothing to fear.
Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Indeed. Nothing at all. My father followed his own path, right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making too. But not alone. I have some colourful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. And so Kay and Gumshoe were never seen again. Very sad. I've got my own path, and I'll be walking as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. But they're not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Because, of course, both end at the truth. Well. And there we go. We've done it. We got to the end. I don't think there's anything after this. No, it's straight back to the title. Right, pull over here. Guys, I hope you don't mind, but like we've been going for... Goodbye, Classic AA. I know. Sausage of Justice next time. Sausage of Justice next time. Man. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just wrap things straight up. We've been going for almost 3.5 hours, and like I am cooked. I never stream this long these days. Thanks, Dodso. Yeah, good. It's been it's been good to have you about as well. I love it when people come by for like extended streams like this, and especially if it's a game that isn't maybe your speed normally. Like getting to see someone go through it like this, it's neat. It's neat, and I appreciate it. So thank you. Yeah. Tomorrow we're playing Hollow Knight. We're going to be trying to get through the Path of Pain from 2 PM UK time. So it's going to be an afternoon stream, earlier than normal. I'm just going to go and rest now. I need to get myself a drink and have a sit down for a little bit because I've been on the go all day. So thank you again for the hangs, guys. It's been super neat. I'm really glad to have played these games. These were really cool. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Schedule's going to go up sometime across the weekend. As always, thank you so much for the hangs. Take lots of care of yourselves. And until I see you next time, have a good one. Till then.